Hello lovely viewers, welcome back to my channel. It's yet another day. I hope you are all doing good. If this is the first time you are watching me, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscription button down below and on the notification button so that anytime I post a new video you get a notification. You can follow me on IG as Sam the Schneider and on Facebook as Selom Fashion. Today we are going to learn how to take body measurement, full body measurement. So to draft a pattern as well, you need to take the body measurement because whatever you represent on a pattern appears on the person's body. So if your measurement is not taken well, it will spoil your work. So please, today you are going to learn how to take the upper bust, the bust, the empire, the waist, and the hip measurement and the full body. So please relax and learn. Please, if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe. To take the measurement, you need to locate the waist of the model. The waist is the narrowest part of the body. So you cut elastic, join it together and make it and put it around the waist. So when you are putting the elastic, you drop it at the narrowest part of the waist through over to the back. So you make sure it falls into the waist measurement, the waist. We are starting with the bust measurement. With the bust, we are taking the upper bust measurement. To take the upper bust, you make your model open her arm. You take the tape over, around the back, over the chest. You turn her over and you straighten the tape at the back, leaving one finger inside, one finger in the tape. Then you continue with the full bust measurement. Also goes over the back, pass through the apex. With one finger in it, you turn her over, then you straighten your tape at the back. Then you move to the waist. When taking measurements, you need to take the circumference first. So we move to the under bust. The under bust or empire. Leaving one finger. Then you move to the waist. After taking the waist, you move to the high hip. This is the high hip. The high hip sometimes refers to as the low waist. After the high hip, you move to the full or the widest hip. Take the widest hip with one finger in it. Then you drop the tape. As you are going, the tape keep extending the measurement. So where it ends or drop, that will become your widest part. So my widest hip measurement here is 30. 9. So you put the tape around first, then you try dropping it. Then you drop it. This is how we take the hip measurement. Now we are moving to the vertical measurements. Vertical measurements are those we take straight. So we are starting from the shoulder. To take shoulder to empire waist and to the hem, you need to place your tape measure here, just about half an inch from the neckline, from the jewel neckline. Place it on the shoulder. Then you go to the apex or nipple. Then you record, then you pass it over to the empire or underbust, Then you take the waist. So you leave your hand at the underbust before you record the waist measurement. Then you move to the hem. Maybe she wants it short or to the knee. I'll just record the knee. Then I go over all the way to the full length. Or floor length. When you finish, you now take the apex to apex. We are now on horizontal measurements. So you take the apex to apex or nipple to nipple. Then you take across chest from the flesh here all the way over the chest to the other flesh. Then you turn over. You take shoulder to shoulder. To take shoulder to shoulder, you need to locate the bone, the shoulder bone. So if the person is plus size and you can't locate the bone, you place your hand here and let the model move the hand over. So where you feel the bone, that is where the armhole starts from. So you take the shoulder to shoulder from this bone to the other. So from this bone to the other bone, shoulder to shoulder. Then you take the back length. You take the back length from this bone here, this bone to the tape or the waist. So this is where it falls. This is the back length. This helps you when you are stitching a dress, and it prevents the folds that comes at the back of the dress. So if you take this measurement tool and you use it while drafting your pattern or cutting, it eliminates the fold at the back. So it makes the dress lie flat or flow at the back of the person. Then after that, you take your across back measurement. Across back measurement starts from this flesh all the way to the other flesh. So this is across back measurement. When taking measurement for the skirt, you need to take the waist measurement. Then you measure from here, from the waist to the hip. You make sure your tape is in line with the hip. Waist to hip. Then from there, you take the length of the skirt. So this is the full length of the skirt. Then if you are constructing a mermaid design or a design that have a flounce under it, you need to measure around the person's knee. And when measuring around the knee, you make sure that that kind of seam ends above the knee to prevent difficulty when walking in the dress. So to take that measurement, you take the measurement from the waist to where you want the skirt to end before the flounce. So it's about 3 inches above the knee. Then you now ask the model to take a step how she walks. Then you take around it. So you take your measurements around how she walk. So this is okay for her. She can walk freely. Are you okay? Thank you. To take the sleeve measurement, you need to slant the arm. Then you measure from the bone here to the elbow. From the bone here to the elbow. Then you record, then you move to the wrist. The wrist refers to as the long sleeve length. Then you take the around armhole measurement. Take the measurement around the arm with one finger in it. So this records the armhole. When you are drafting, use it. Then you take the around arm. This is a slim fit. This is a slim fit. Then you take around the wrist. Around the elbow. You take around the elbow. Then around the wrist. Around the wrist. Around the wrist. To take the pant measurement, you need a waist measurement or wherever the person wants the pant to end. She's wearing it here, so she told me that she wants her measurement around here. So I'll take my waist measurement here, not to the natural waist. So I'll take my waist here. Take my waist. Then the hip measurement. We've already taken it, so you can use the same thing. Then when you finish with the circumferences, then you take the length of the pant. The length of the pant is taken at the side. So you take from here, take the length from here to the floor or to the ankle where she wants it to end. Then you take the crotch. Taking the crotch measurement, you take the crotch to the waist where she wants it to end. So if you want the crotch to end here, you take your if you want your pants to end here or she wants it here, you have to make sure you take your crotch to that point. Taking the crotch, you pass your tape measure under the crotch, then you place it on the waistline. So if she wants to end here, you leave it here. So if it is a high waist trouser, you let it come to the waistline. Then you place this one too on the waistline. So her crotch now is 30. So this crotch can help you when you are sewing a jump suit. And when you take the crotch needs to be divided into two. You divide the crotch into two, then you separate it and give name front and back. You subtract 2 inches from the front and add it to the back, because the back crotch normally is longer than the front crotch. So whatever you get, you divide it into two, subtract 2 from front, then you add it to the back. So if your front is 15 and the back is 15, you have to subtract 2 from the 15. Then the front now becomes 13. Then the back becomes 17. So you use it to draft. Then you take the thigh measurements. Take the thigh measurement for slim fit. Then you take the knee, around the knee. Then you take around the ankle or the back or the base of the pants Sometimes I take it from the heel over if the pant is a slim fit. If the pant is a slim fit and the fabric does not stretch, but you want it to be a slim fit, you take the measurement taking the heel. But if the fabric stretches like this is a stretchy denim, you can just take it here and you can take it tight and use it for it. But if the fabric does not stretch but you want to sew a slim fit, you make sure you take it and it goes under the heel or on the heel of the foot. So this measurement is not supposed to be taken with this. You take it with the person's original or natural heel, because the shoe is adding more to it. This is how full body measurement is taken. Thanks so much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up by clicking on the like button and leaving a comment at the comment section. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. See you next time.